The main reason you're struggling with being single so bad, not having someone to be with, feeling like you're going to be alone forever and just wanting to have that special person is because you're too focused on yourself. And wait for it, you're too focused on yourself for all the wrong reasons. Don't get me wrong, it's completely natural and human of you to want to have someone in your life to be with, right? To get sick of being a single individual. I get it, right? But it becomes to the point to where you're obsessing over it, to where all you can think about is, oh, I'm so sick of being alone. I'm so depressed and sad because of it. Then now you're telling me that your focus is in the wrong place. How do I know it's in the wrong place? Because we are built to be contributors to this society, if you will, right? To this planet or whatever. And you can't be a contributor if you're too overly focused on self. See, sometimes we get the wires crossed. We're very tribal by nature as humans, right? And this is part of the reason why we want to have someone to be with and want to have our little, tribe or unit or whatever, or that special person, because we're tribal. But never be confused as to why that core wiring is that way. We're so tribal because we love to come and serve the tribe. We love to have people to be valuable for, valuable to. It's that innate wiring to be tribal and want to come be a part of a tribe to bring some value to the tribe. That is our seed fundamental of what's required to live a fulfilling life. You will never truly be fulfilled, meaning you won't ever have sustainable happiness, right? That moves beyond just an act or achieving a goal or, making money or whatever, unless you find a way to serve the tribe, right? Serve the pot you come from in a way that is unique to you because you enjoy it, you're passionate about the thing, and it serves something beyond you, right? So without getting all deep and philosophical in that lane, the whole point is the more you live a life heavily focused on yourself and your woes, the more you can suffer because you're too focused on what you don't have versus how you can go and create something in the world to have something back in return. And right there brings up our second piece, right? It's not just that you're too focused on yourself, right? Versus how you can be creating things in the world. You're too focused on the wrong things for yourself, meaning what? You're too focused on what you don't have, what you lack, right? What you ain't got kind of a thing, instead of all the things you do have. You're so entitled in your headspace and so lacking of appreciation, right? To where you are less focused on all the things you have to be grateful for, right? What's right in your life, the positive, because you're too overly focused on the negative space, right? What's missing, what's not there, what's wrong. I mean, most of us, if at least you live in like America or somewhere, a country equivalent, we live in the first world countries, right? First world problems. And all the things you have that you could be grateful for every day, right? The fact you get up every day, you have a house, roof over your head, whatever the case is. Maybe it's not the ideal home you want, but you have a roof over your head where others out there do not. And all sorts of things. The fact that you have your health, right? You have a job, a way to feed yourself, all these different things. And the one thing you can only focus on is what is not there. That person that's not next to you, right? Hell, you're so focused on not having someone in your world to be your companion and do life with that you're not recognizing the gift in this time period to actually have the best relationship with yourself. The gift it is for you to really reconnect and get to learn yourself and to connect with yourself on a level like you never had before. To actually push your growth and your evolution to a whole new space because there is no other party in your life that you have to give a certain level of your energy and your attention to so you can fully focus on developing you and living the most vibrant, prosperous life you can. You're not focusing on that gift in this season that you're in because you're too overly focused on who is not there. And then what happens? You become the seed source to your suffering when it comes to dating. You become the very core reason why you become jaded because you're so sick of being single and alone that now you're jumping through hoops and hurdles, doing all these different things, trying to go, sign up for different, apps or whatever you're doing to try to rush the process to get someone to be in your life because you're so sick of being alone, right? You're so overly consumed with that. Then what happens from there? You start going on some dates, right? You're going on a lot more dates. You're meeting a lot more people. Now you're experiencing dating burnout because you're meeting all these people that don't work for you. They're not the guy or the woman, right? Or you meet someone, you're kind of liking for a bit and things always derail. Same process and cycle. And you keep exhausting the experience for yourself to where you start now creating negative narratives. Oh, there's no good men or women left out there, right? You know, the everyone's for the streets now, all that stuff. All these thoughts you keep running through your mind because you've planted a seed of lack and you're feeding into the lack. And then you're getting impatient and trying to rush to get away from the lack and you're creating more of it. You know, the biggest contributor that changed the game for me when I, went through my space and my journey of evolution for myself after my last bad relationship, woe, if you will, or, crash and burn, if you want to call it that, that actually led me right to the best partner I've ever had in my life. It was the time period where I was so overly focused on falling in love with myself, spending time with myself and growing myself, and then turning to see what I could create from this new version of myself, what I could bring to the world, how I could go impact people in order for them to feel even a glimpse or get to all the way to the other side that I was on, the way life was for me now. It expedited that time period in between for me finding my partner. I didn't even truly notice how long it had been. It seemed like it happened like that because my focus was on all the things I was grateful for, all the abundance I had, and was not focused on myself, was focused on how I can go help someone else bring abundance to their life, right? And life became that much more vibrant for me at that point in time because now I was living for something more than me, right? I wasn't so focused on what I don't have or how long I'm going to be doing this on my own. Didn't matter. I was too happy enjoying the value I was bringing in the way I get to feel as a result of it, right? I was too happy enjoying my experience, that is the Los experience, right? Spending time with me, doing things I enjoy, filling my own glass up. And then sure enough, that's when the best partner for me popped right on up, attracted right to me because I wasn't looking for her. I was being so I could attract her to me. But the best part is I didn't have to sit like I was watching paint dry for her to show up because I was too busy living life on 1,000. So in some respect, you got to get over yourself. It's that simple, right? Get over what you feel you don't have and focus more on what you actually do have and the ability you have to actually create whatever you want to have. Focus more on what you can do to bring something to the world versus what you can squeeze and get out of it. What person the world can squeeze and as droplets to give you, right? So you can have your happiness that you want. You dictate your happiness. You create your happiness. And your happiness is also fleeting whenever you give the power to other things outside of yourself in order to have that happiness, right? So if you're not going to fully be complete and feel that feeling of your heart, unless you have someone in your life, it's going to be a rough road, right? And then it's going to be hard to actually line up on the same frequency with that person that's ideal for you if you're focusing on the right things and not being too overly consumed with what you feel you lack. If you truly want to learn how to build and craft your life in a way that is so on 1,000 for yourself and sets you up perfectly to attract and find that ideal partner for you, email or DM me the word coaching and we'll get to work as long as you're truly ready to put the work in. If you're not ready for, don't have the time or the space, one-on-one coaching, right? Then email or DM me the word revival and join my Relationship Revival Hub community where you can learn the same things I teach my one-on-one clients at your own pace on your own time in that community. And I make specialized content in there just made for you, for whatever questions you have. And I'm doing all my live Q&As in there, all my live sessions that are in there, right? Because I just don't have the time to do it on social media and all these different platforms for all the people that want to ask me things. But in that community, for people that really want to get the results, I do all my live coaching in there weekly to answer all the questions you have, provide the advice you need and the tools and all the skills to get the results you want to get. But in any case, get in the race. Let's get it.